So now in this step, we're not going to finish the solution. We will need 2 steps for that. In this step, we're going to make sure that the corner pieces are placed in the correct corners. What do I mean by that? Take a look at this piece. It's certainly not oriented correctly, but as far as its placement is concerned, this is a red face, this is a blue face, and this is between the blue center and the red center. So it is in the correct corner. It's not correctly oriented, but that's something that we're going to take care of later. Take a look at this corner piece now. This has a green face and an orange face. And please understand that in all these considerations, I don't want to disturb the edges anymore. That's why I'm not going to tell you that, oh, you know what, I could just turn this and put this in the right corner, because that disturbs the edges, and certainly I don't want to do that. So here I have the green face and the orange face, and I would like this piece to actually be right here. This piece now that has blue and orange should be between the red center and the blue center. So it should be right here. And finally, this piece, which has red and green, should actually be between the red center and the green center. So in other words, I have one correctly placed corner, and I have a 3 corners that are not correctly placed. Now, what are the possible cases? The possible cases here are that I could have all corners correctly placed, in which case I can skip this step. There's nothing for me to do. Or I could have one corner correctly placed, like I have here, or I could have none. These are all the possibilities. If I have one correct corner placed, like this one, I put it on the right side closer to me, and I perform the Under Armour algorithm. If I have none, then I perform the Under Armour algorithm in any orientation that I want till I get one corner which is correctly placed. So let's begin with this case, which is the most generic one. So I have this corner which is correctly placed. The other 3 are not correctly placed, not oriented, just placed. And I keep this on my right, and I perform the Under Armour. Have we learned the Under Armour correctly? Let's recall it. So it's U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. And after I do this, 2 things will happen. Either I will still have them, the other 3 corners disturbed, or as I achieved now, they're all on the same, they're all on the correct corners. This one happens to be correctly oriented. The other 3 are not correctly oriented, but they are on the correct corners. So the last task will be to orient these corner pieces correctly and finish the solution of the cube. So remember this simple tip here, that if you have one which is correctly oriented, you want to keep it on the right side closer to you and perform the Under Armour algorithm. You may have to perform it 1 or 2 times. I don't think you need a 3rd time. I think it's 1 or 2 times. And then all of them will be on the right corners. If you didn't start with any corner on the correct side, then you perform the Under Armour. At least one goes to the correct side, and you take it from where we just left it here. Of course, we could play a little with it just to show you some other cases. So for example, now I disturbed all this. I could do this and disturb them again. Oops, by accident. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's see. Here is a case where nothing is placed correctly, like the case that I told you could also happen. So what do I do in this case? I orient it any way I like. Anything is fine. And just perform the Under Armour. So U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. And now you have to look around and see if something is correctly oriented. And do you see now? This one, I'm sorry, correctly placed. And this one is correctly placed. So it's green, orange, yellow between the green center and the orange center. So you keep this on your right closer to you. And now you're going to perform the Under Armour again. So you will have U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. And now you have these two, we have all of them correctly placed, and you have these two also oriented correctly. And pretty much you have to just correct these two, and you will be done with a cube. This is the very last step that we're going to show. Again, as usual, practice this step as many times as possible before going to the very last step. Thanks for watching.